Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it?
Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Welcome in a Mocama Beer Company Monday, ready to rock and roll. Fresh off the field. I was going to say we just got off the grass, but this was more turf and in the shade than it was actually out on the practice fields. But mandatory minicamp today, tomorrow, Wednesday, as they wrap up the Jaguars offseason before they break, and we got plenty to get into today. There's no question about it. First thing, though, just to kind of get everything rolling, we got NBA to look back on, all that took place over the weekend that we will look back on. But the first thing I heard out of Big Searcy's mouth was that, what is this BS about working inside? There wasn't any rain or lightning or anything like that. And what'd they do?
There was. Listen, it was. First of all, it was pure confusion. All right, because I thought I got the schedule mixed up. Right, so I pull up about 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm parked near the Matthews Bridge somewhere where I just know I had a long walk. All right, I had a long walk, and I'm walking, and I don't hear any noise, and I say, did I miss practice? Because I don't hear. Yeah, I'm looking at my watch. I say, I know. I looked at the schedule. Said so at 12. I hope it didn't start at 11. So I walk up the stairs, and who do I see? I see Frank Frangie, and I see Jeff Loggeman. I said, hey, man, did I miss practice or something going on? He said, no. Loggeman said, no, you know they're practicing inside today. I thought he was joking. I said, whatever, bro. They're not practicing. He said, yeah, they're practicing. I said, God forbid they break a sweat. I mean, this is minicamp, right? You're supposed to get a good, nice little sweat. Listen, I got more of a sweat walking from my car to around the building to the middle of the lectures than when I saw today. Well, all jokes aside, but it was good to be in. For me, yeah, it was good to be in the AC. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was hot. You'll go along with the big fans, Matt, and a little AC work is being pumped through the Mecca, which is okay.
I mean, it was hot.
Yeah,
no doubt it's hot out there, but there was a little breeze.
Yeah,
so it wasn't. I mean, I think they could have worked out there.
I think they could have too. I think they should have worked out.
It's easier for me to say because I'm not the guy working out there, but still, it's.
But especially that last, before you send them off, right? Give them just a little bit of that.
It's too early for a bone. The bones don't come into training camp. It's too early. Minicamp, it's too early for a bone. But they still got good work. I saw a lot of good work out there today.
All right, so we're going to jump into it. We're just going to talk about the ones that we saw. They did give a number of guys off for the mandatory minicamp because, as Doug describes it, all that hard work that was put in. And by the way, they look like they practice fast. They practice with intensity. There's a lot of good things you can pull out of this. You don't know exactly how good this football team's going to be, but from the very simple standpoint of, is it looking more and more like a talented roster that's ready to roll? It is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. Most of the star power was gone. All right, those guys, the veteran guys were given the next 3 days off from minicamp or wherever. So this is an opportunity for guys who are backups. I mean, listen, they're not going to impress the coaches that much as far as where they are on the roster. But anytime you can get an opportunity to show up and show out, you take advantage of that opportunity. So it's a lot of young guys who are going out there who've got the main constraints of all the plays, and you see how you utilize them. So it's good for the young guys to get out there and get, running around and all that kind of stuff.
Mason Smith's a big man.
He is a big man.
That defensive line in whole is much bigger.
Dude, there
much
are
bigger
a
this
lot
year. Okay,
of big cats.
Devon Hamilton might be too big, but he's probably just getting into shape. But they're big.
Okay,
I mean they're big.
Let's jump in on that part because we've got all these different either numbers or names that are kind of jumping around in our head. You guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You want to jump in the YouTube chat, all you got to do is stream 1010XL on YouTube. You can see the show there, XL Primetime. You can search it that way. But jump in because there's a lot of guys that you're trying to figure out what they look like. The one veteran that I was happy to see, and I believe he's happy to get as much work in as he possibly can right now, is Devon Hamilton. He looks like honestly, Matt, he looks big. He looks supercharged.
Big.
And he did just a couple of things inside. They're fighting a little bit.
What do they have? What do they have his weight at?
I'm gonna guess he's
330.
No, I'm gonna put him at 315.
Now wait a minute. When you say big, do you mean good big or like Cookie Monster big?
He's.
I mean, which one? I'm concerned when you keep saying big. I'm trying to figure out.
Just him. I'm not saying the others. Just him. He's on the verge of Cookie Monster.
No, don't say that.
But I think he's just getting in shape, though. I think he's just getting in shape. I mean, if he plays like he did last year in camp, they're in really good shape.
Okay. Well,
because I mean, it's clear now that I would think anyway that their two interior tackles are going to be Armstead and Roy Robinson Harris. Okay. So if he's healthy and Mason Smith does what he does, if he continues to come back from that injury, boy, they're going to be. I mean, they're going to be really good on that D line. Now they're going to need some more guys off the edge. They're going to need something off the edge, some kind of help off the edge. Maybe Armstead can help out there. Maybe Devin Lloyd can help out there. But D line, interior specifically, all things being equal, they're going to be really good.
So wait a minute, when you say
they're not going to get pushed around. Is my point.
When you say him and Roy Robinson Smith, okay, they're going to
Roy
be
Robinson
Harris. I'm sorry, if they're going to be the interior, who's going to play the one? I mean, if they play an under front, now I can see.
I think they're going to play an even. They're going to play an even. So I think you're going to have two tackles and two ends.
Okay, but I'm just saying. Now, I've seen them play an under front where they've got a nose, they got a 3 and a 5.
Okay, so
if you're going strict nose,
that's Devon.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
By the way, look,
I just don't want.
That's why you may want to be close to Cookie Monster.
Okay, all right, I got you.
But he is a little nailed to the ground.
Yeah.
They don't have. He's listed at 6'4", 335.
Yeah,
I'm going to put him. I'm going to put him.
There.
I'm going to put him at 6'3", 325.
Yeah, 325.
Yeah, he's a big hoss, but I tell you what, he can motor, and that's the part that I like. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
is can he maintain his speed?
Yeah.
Back to what you're saying, Leon, is that if he is the one, the guy that is shading the center, he is the biggest man on that defensive front. Then he's going to go. Let's just put him at 330, like Matt's talking about, and then you're putting Eric Armstead, all 6'7", 6'8" of him, in that 3 spot, and then you've got Allen and Trayvon.
Well, the reason why I asked you about, I mean, in an odd front,
hang on, real quick.
Is not playing.
It's not Matt saying this.
No,
it's the roster that says he's 335 pounds. Now go ahead.
Okay, no, because when you said
Which,
Roy
by the way,
Robinson,
is close to Cookie Monster.
It is close. It is close. That's on the verge of Cookie Monster. But I'm saying, Armstead doesn't want none of that nose part. Trust me, not in the odd front. All right, so I see him more as a 3 or more as a 5 technique,
and Mason Smith is going to be behind him,
absolutely.
learning that position, and we'll figure out exactly where a Jordan Jefferson, some of these other guys fit in.
He's also probably more of a 1. Like if you have a backup 1, he's probably your backup 1. I would think, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Who, Jordan? Yeah. And so he needs to keep.
1.
He's going to be one of those guys getting in the weight room at the training table. Doug said it earlier. Dougie Fresh talking about what these guys have done during the off season, putting in work in the weight room. The old bigger, faster, stronger edict that was put out, and you definitely see guys with size. Like Javon Foster is a big cat, okay? And I don't know where they're going to try and put him. He's already working out as a backup left tackle, probably looking a little bit at the swing situation on the right side as well. But they're viewing him possibly as a guy that could go inside. A lot of big human beings on those lines.
Yeah. I was over there watching the offensive line come off on the sled, the one-man sled. The sled is utilized to make sure you get underneath the shoulder pads of your defender and lift them up in the drive or whatever. So he's got some nice explosion. Only thing I'm concerned with a little bit that I'm sure is what offensive line coach is going to want, that he has a tendency that when he comes off the ball, his base gets smaller. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to be able to keep his firm base when he's coming off the ball. And I saw me and offensive line coach simultaneously said the same thing when he came off the ball. Keep your base. Because, you get those feet in close like that and guys get their hands on you. That's where they're able to move and maneuver you. But if you got your nice base and you're sitting, then you'll be able to move around a little bit better.
So let me see. Let me just make sure I get this right. So what you're saying is the offensive line coach of Duval and the offensive line coach of Duval Charter was thinking the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike.
I love that.
Said it at the same time, actually.
Yeah, I do love that. That's awesome.
Anyway, my point is that I think the idea coming into this season and into the offseason was bigger and stronger, right? We all joked and said, what are you going to do again? The weight room, blah, blah, blah. But they're bigger and they're stronger.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, if you're talking about the object of every defense is stop the run, make them one-dimensional, okay? That, I think they can do that with this group as long as these guys stay healthy. Again, all things being equal, I think they will do that with this group. They've got a front four. They're going to go probably 8 deep on that front four.
Easily.
Right?
They've got a
and
good
then
road.
you got some linebackers back there that can run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to be successful stopping the run.
I think it's safe to say, and listen, this offseason optimism. But I'm saying,
that is me being a
little July Joe. I'm saying, I'm thinking this part in the season. I'm saying that the defensive line is going to be the most improved group of all the guys.
Okay, I like
just from the size that I see, just from the the rotation that they're going to have, whether they play even on the off front. I think they're going to be the most improved group this year.
Yeah, I like that because honestly, Leon, for anything else these are the two things that we focus on as much as anything. If the offensive line doesn't do its job, nobody else will be able to. And if the defensive line doesn't do its job, no one else will be able to. And by the way, Coach Campo, who will be with us tomorrow, he's out there at practice as well. He would always maintain that a 3-man front was going to be better against the run, and generally you can see how that works. But at the same time, they were susceptible against giving up a lot of passing yards and their fair share of touchdowns, and so they got to make sure front and back. But if that front, that interior that you're talking about, is improved, everything else will improve defensively.
Yeah, if they're game makers, game changers, or where they're impacting the line of scrimmage, where they've got the offensive line going backwards. Yeah, because if they're doing that, now all the momentum is on the defensive side to make plays. Because now, like Matt says, the two things in the NFL: you protect the quarterback and affect the quarterback. So you can affect the quarterback with guys pushing the piles, guys coming around the corners, stunts, dogs, blitz, all that kind of stuff. Man, now you're giving your secondary opportunities to make plays, and that's what it's all about: defensively making plays.
All right, so that's one half of the puzzle solved, maybe solved. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go to the other half, the other side of the line of scrimmage. The starters were not there today.
They were not.
It was the backups. Are you concerned at all about these backups?
Well, listen, I saw Cooper Hodges out there. He's got a little tank body to him. He's a little
short than I thought.
Yeah, a little shorter than what I think. But he's got a little dog in him. He missed all of last year because he was injured, whatever. I think he's going to propel himself. Not to start, but he'll probably be a nice little rotational guy. I just like his energy and his effort. You know what I'm saying? I like his energy and his effort. He's always going 100 miles per hour, full speed. I love it. Foster, I think Foster you got to groom him. You just got to groom him. He needs to latch on to a mentor.
Both of these guys got a bunch of starts in college.
Yeah,
so you are correct.
Absolutely. Listen, he had success in the toughest conference in college football. All right, you don't just go in the SEC, and this coach talked about it. He was in the SEC. He handled a lot of guys. Yeah, a lot of guys right now who got drafted in front of him. So he's got the potential. He just needs to groom it.
Stephen Jones too. He's a big individual, man.
Yeah.
6'4", 342. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Let me tell you something. Miles Cole off the edge, that big end. He's the guy that came out of Texas Tech late in the draft. He's a huge human being. The other one, the defensive lineman that I was looking at earlier, I had to do a double take. I'm looking at this cat, and his name is Atamowo, and he doesn't look like off the edge. He's only 285, but he is a big human being coming off the edge. So we got all these guys to get into. You guys can let us know some of the ones that you've got your eye on. 641-1010. You can hit the text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I do agree with one of our texters. He says, I landscape outside 10 hours a day. They could have been outside.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, listen, I'll tell you, I was there. God forbid they break a sweat. You know what I'm saying? I just.
So how about this?
That bothers me.
The only guy that was outside was the kicker. What's
it was.
Wrong with this?
The kickers were. Now, Grant, I'm a fashion.
The guy who looks like he could be a target right now. Can I help you, sir?
Exactly.
He looks like he's 18.
But listen, the offensive line did go outside and do the two-man sled and Big Bertha. You know who Big Bertha is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? Big Bertha, a lot of people don't know this. Big Bertha is this big bag. It's like 300-pound bag. It simulates a body. And what you do as offensive lineman, you go around it and you punch it. And it's the impact of the punch. It helps you work on your punch and your footwork.
That's an affectionate term, by the way, people. That's an affectionate term. Loving term.
Right. So, look, at the end of the day, honestly, and I can't tell you how many coaches have told me this, you win with big guys.
Yeah.
Speed is good. It's great to have speed. Everybody wants speed. You win games with big guys.
Well, to that point, Matt, I really believe this. Doug Peterson is bent on running the football again. He is bent on not finding himself and this team in situations far too often last year where they couldn't pick up a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2 with the run game. He's bent on making sure they can run the football.
They better be better in the middle three.
And trust me, no offensive line wants to be considered finesse, which means that you can't run block. All you can do is pass protect. Because your mantle is your toughness. All right? And if you're known as a team that can only pass protect and can't run the ball, you're called a finesse team. And for the most part, this team down the stretch was finesse.
I can tell you this, the guys that were working out today, the offensive linemen, like if you brought the starters in and stuck them right next to them, like it's a just drastic difference.
Oh, yeah.
Physically,
that's
just
true.
drastic.
That's true. Absolutely, athletically and physically.
Oh, my gosh.
That is
that's
true.
like, so if that, you know.
That means we got to stay healthy.
But yes, that was kind of my whole point is like if, you know, you can run the ball, you can have this idea that you want to run the ball and all that, and you got to protect Trevor. And let me tell you something, you get an injury, you got problems. You get an injury, you're going to start looking at the Cowboys, Cooper Beebe, and how he's just going to rise. As a rookie.
Listen, you're going to force me not to root for Cooper Beebe, okay? I'm just going to root against him, okay? I'm going to root against the man. I don't even know him, and all of a sudden I got a grudge against him. Now, I got a grudge against this guy too as well. Open Gym, I am not pleased that we have to do this, but we have to.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I embrace the idea, okay? I embrace the idea that newness was needed and that regiment and fundamentals was needed, and Dan Hurley has said no to the Los Angeles Lakers. He has said no to $70 million. He was going to double, 2.5 times, triple his salary. A $70 million deal, and Dan Hurley has told L.A., no thank you.
Well, Joe, I was disappointed too. But me and Matt talked about this in the production meeting before. We said never underestimate the power that is wielded by the wife. Okay?
She carries some weight.
You're talking about somebody. He's a Jersey boy, right? He's a Jersey guy, right?
He's a Jersey boy through and through.
Okay,
man.
so, he's from Jersey, plays in Connecticut, and to go to L.A. And I told him Matt this too. I said I've been to L.A. Not a big fan.
Well,
that's all I'm going back to Cali. No, I don't think so.
I got L.A. roots. I'm not a fan of California, generally speaking, but I've got family scattered all up and down Cali.
It's not Cali, it's L.A.
I know.
It's not Cali. I love San Francisco.
Right.
I love San Diego.
Northern California too.
I'm a Dodger and a Laker, and thank God for my Uncle Keenan, my Uncle Max, that at least showed me the way. And they, they didn't have it all. They just lived like they had it all. They had a good time down there. But anyway, it's a different L.A. You're right.
So here's the thing. He hasn't signed his contract with UConn. So my guess is they've considerably given him a jump. At the end of the day, I wouldn't be shocked at all if he, he's got, what was it, 7 years, $70 million?
No, 6 years, 70
6 years, $70 million. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he signed like a 10-year deal with UConn for like $90 million.
It might be.
I wouldn't be shocked at all if that happened.
It probably would approach that $10 million average in that 9 range like you're talking about. It was I believe a $6 million average before when he won the first Natty and then came into this next year. So there's no reason why they can't tear that contract up.
Is he coaching that team if he goes there? Like LeBron runs that team.
Yeah, I totally get it.
LeBron's
like I said,
run off coaches, multiple.
Right, but the end of LeBron is near. The beginning of something new is what, at the very least, Rob, that's what they were trying to do, is say, hey, we've got some young potential stars that we need some organization and leadership and show us the way type of guy. It was a reach. It was something totally different from what LA has done. They've kind of gone like you're saying, hey, LeBron, name your guy and we'll go get him, and it doesn't last. Darvin Ham didn't have a whole hell of a lot of experience when he first got there, and obviously it didn't work with all the other guys as well.
Here's my thing. I mean, what else does he have to prove at Connecticut? I mean, he's a two-time back-to-back national championship. I mean, unless he's trying to be John Wooden, just win.
He could have that.
He could.
He's an old school guy, so
Wait, he's not going to win 7 in a row. Okay, he's not John Wooden, all right?
No, but just meaning.
I know he's not John Wooden. I'm just saying. I mean,
let's not get all crazy now. Right?
I'm just saying consecutive. You know,
like stay and make your mark.
Yeah. Well, you would think he want to dip his toe in the water of the NBA to see if he could, win.
There's nothing to lose, is what you're saying.
Absolutely nothing to lose because listen, if he does flame out in 3 years, he's going to go back to college and he's going to have to. They're going to ask him to revamp another school, and they're going to give him a long-term deal anyway. So, I just think this is a win-win situation, no matter what.
Yeah, now I'm back to J.J. Redick. Okay, that's where I'm at. Okay. All right, so we will get it going. We got plenty to get into. OTAs will be the primary talk for us. Got to get to the NBA from last night. By the way, we were saying we're suffering from whatever's in front of us and we're being paralyzed by it. Well, the Dallas Mavericks are paralyzed by the Boston Celtics right now. They are down 0-2. It's Luka and no one else, unfortunately, for the Mavericks right now. So we will get into that. Plenty more. It is XL Primetime on Mocama Beer Company Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. They serve coffee every single day, so you can enjoy a great cup of Joe by dropping by their beautiful tap room right there in Fernandina Beach on South 8th Street, or their Wildlight location. And then Tuesday through Sunday, they're serving up that great craft. They always have food trucks, music, all sorts of other fun things to do, but make sure you check out Mocama Beer Company in the Dina. It's XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
It's very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to
1010XL.
Exactly. It's one louder, isn't it?
Joe C. for the Preferred Group, Preferred Roofing, Preferred Builders, a full staff of professionals that have been in this Jacksonville community for a long, long time, and they're ready to answer all those questions. And you know what it's like when you're making big decisions. Well, they can be pricey, but you also want to make sure that you get with the people that can take care of you and deliver on what you're paying for. So if you're thinking about a brand new home, a remodel, addition, you want to look around, it could be commercial or residential, you can trust Preferred Builders. Log on, preferredbuildersjacks.com, and don't forget, if you need a roof, you definitely need to check out preferredroofingjacks.com.
Are you looking for that perfect Father's Day gift? Look no further than Shooters this Thursday through Sunday, June 13th through the 16th. Shooters and Smith & Wesson are bringing you the largest Smith & Wesson sale of the year with the largest savings of the year. Click away with a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, very affordable, just $429. Save $70. The most popular small frame defense revolver on the market, the Airweight 38 Special, for only $469. Save $70. The hottest selling concealed carry pistol, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus 9mm, for only $399. You save $150. Get unmatched value with the new Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 handgun for a low $279. Save $80. Shooters and Smith & Wesson Father's Day sale, the largest sale of the year, June 13th through the 16th at Shooters, 5085 University Boulevard West. See the full ad at shootersjacks.com. shootersjacks.com.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots and the first treatment now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
AC Hotline, how can I help?
Help! Our AC isn't working, and my husband's pouring ice cubes down his pants.
Wow, okay, well, we can help with the AC issue.
Please. I'm afraid he's going to damage something.
Okay, I'm going to connect you with the Duck.
The Doc?
No, the Duck. Duck Air Conditioning. Jacksonville area's AC experts.
Okay, tell them to hurry.
Beat the Florida heat with Duck Air Conditioning. Service, repairs, new installations, commercial or residential. Trust the Duck. DuckDuckAC.com.
Wondering what you're going to do for dinner tonight? Southern Steer Butcher is a full-service butcher, and we grind and make sausage in-house every day.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
This is Hayes Carline for Skylife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at Skylife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Your Jaguars game day, your way. Whether you want to see a division rival like the Titans, an NFC North opponent like the Packers, or a mix, deciding on your favorite matchups has never been easier with Bundle at the Bank.
Touchdown, Travis Etienne!
Get tickets to 3 or more games starting at just $58 per game. It's as easy as pick, pay, and play. But seats are selling fast, so visit jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loans, and personal loans. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
EasyCater has everything you need to make food for work. From ordering to reporting, we even keep your receipts all in one place, which means all you need to do is sit back and enjoy.
You're not having any lasagna?
All I can taste is hours of expense reports.
Relax, you used EasyCater. Enjoy the food, Ray.
Oh, no, thanks.
Enjoy it?
Amazing.
Yes, Ray, it is amazing. 100,000 restaurants and everything you need to make food for work. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The Weekend Rewind. Brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville, the big boy toy store for big boy toys.
Scotty Scheffler wins the Memorial Tournament.
Yes!
Yeah, it's very special. I think Mr. Nicholas did a lot of great things for the game of golf, but, the effect he had on his community and our country as well is very special, and so I've looked up to him for a long time. Yeah, it's special to be here, and it's, even more special to be the winner.
It was an exciting finish in the Belmont Stakes.
The field turns for home. Mindframe on the outside is coming after Dornoch, and it's Mindframe and Dornoch head in head with a furlong left to go. Sierra Leone is closing ground. It's Dornoch hugging the rail. Mindframe a little erratic, but he's still right there with Dornoch in an absolute thriller. Dornoch and Mindframe, it will be Dornoch and Luis Saez to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga.
Teoscar Hernandez swings big in the Big Apple.
Hernandez lifts a fly ball to left center field. Back goes Verdugo, running out of room. Goodbye! Grand slam to Oscar Hernandez.
The Celtics' defense comes in clutch late in Game 2 to give Boston a 2-0 series lead in the NBA Finals.
Here's Irving. Washington drives. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
All-out hustle. This would have cut it to 3. That's a potential game-saving play. Jaylen Brown as well, providing support.
The Florida Gators walk it off in extra innings.
Get the ball up and get it to the outfield. There it is. That's going to drop in, and the Gators are going to walk it off. They're going to Omaha. They win it 11-9. Florida picks up the 11-10 victory in one of the most dramatic baseball games you will ever see.
It was something else, man. It had everything. There is no question about it. Cags going deep to start, and it looked like they were up by you would maybe consider a comfortable margin, 9-6. Then Clemson ties it up. Then they go to extras, ejections, and all kinds of stuff. And in the end, and this was after Cags striking out with runners on, and ultimately Florida, who had been, if you think about kind of coming through the SEC and then into the regional, not really expected to do a whole hell of a lot, even happy to get in it.
34-29.
And then facing elimination 3 times in the regional and winning, and then now ultimately winning in 2. Not best of, winning in 2 over Clemson, sweeping them.
There was so much going on in that game. So much going on. All the way back to when Florida's up 1, they got a 1-run lead. They intentionally walk Cags, so they don't want to pitch to him. Kid hits a bomb. Now they're up 3. And you're like, all right, they're up 3 going to last inning. This is it. Top of 9. It's game over. You got your closers in there. Everything's looking good for you. Okay, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
2 guys on, bomb. Tie game. And then you get Cannarella, who makes this unbelievable catch in center field like Willie Mays.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
catch.
And
then the best part of all is in the 13th, Clemson, before the solo home run, this is what everybody forgets. Kid walks. They put the fastest guy on to run for him. First pitch, he gets picked off from the throw from the catcher. Yeah. First pitch. So he's out. Guy hits the bomb. So had he stayed on base there for another pitch, they got 2 runs, and then the 2-run double by Michael, the hell's his name?
Is it Robertson?
Robertson.
Yeah.
The 2-run double by Michael Robertson just ties the game. Florida's got a guy on second with nobody out. I mean, you still could win the game, but you're still there tied. So the guy getting picked off is so overlooked. Would have still been a tie game, but wow, what a crazy. And then, did you see the A&M game last night?
I did not.
So Texas A&M, I kid you not, in 1 inning.
Watching the Dodgers and Oscar, but
first off, they scored like 9 runs, okay, in 1 inning. Here's how they did it. Oregon walked 7 batters and hit another. 8 free passes. And it was one right after the other, too.
Is that bad?
It was. They just kept walking guys in. They hit a guy in, and Oregon went from leading by 3 to down by 3 to down by 3. Then ended up getting crushed. But
that's
it was
when college
bizarre.
baseball gets a little bit of a bad look.
It was bizarre.
Yeah, when you can't throw strikes, when you can't get a guy out, and you're
they
walking guys
literally
in.
could not throw strikes.
That's
3 different pitchers were walking.
That's not a good look. But anyway, College World Series, Florida State, round of applause, and Florida, both of them making it to the College World Series. The Seminoles were the first to claim a spot.
Old times
in the field of 8. Yeah, and you have to give Lincoln, those guys, a ton of credit. And they went from just absolutely blasting UConn on Friday to I think they went 13 innings, didn't they? Does that sound right? Florida State? Anyway, right down to the wire in an extra innings win for them. All right, so college baseball, we'll say hello to Jeff Cardozo, who was on the call yesterday that you heard right here on 1010XL in the 3 o'clock hour. We'll have Denny Thompson, our quarterback whisperer, in tomorrow. But a little bit of what you just heard, Leon, over the weekend, Cycles of Jacksonville bringing it to you. Don't forget they're in the boat business now with Honda, bringing that boat action onto the lot at Cycles of Jacksonville. So if you didn't have a fun weekend, make sure you go look for some fun over there on Atlantic near Regency. But when you think about the way Boston has handled business, and there was a bunch of controversy as to whether or not PJ was fouled with that run to the basket. He had 3 guys on him. You could argue whether he was fouled or not, but I didn't have any problem with it. It's a physical game. Bottom line is they have dealt a serious. You think so?
He was pushed. It was pushed. But the ref didn't call it.
100% was pushed.
It was pushed,
Okay.
but I mean, you can't. That's a built-in excuse for the poor play that you played the whole
Damn
4
right.
quarters.
And you know what else I say to that? Everyone looks at the replay over and
Mhm.
over and over. They convince themselves that he was pushed. You flip that bad boy around, the back from the back it looks bad. From the front, it's not a push. It's just physical play.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
This guy always says they're always complaining about fouls, and now he's telling me it was a foul. No, that was a physical play.
He was pushed though. He was. Listen,
100%
he was
pushed,
pushed.
Joe. You
He
kidding
absolutely
me?
was pushed.
It was
but
absolutely
had nothing. It had nothing to do.
I don't like to defend Boston on anything
at all. But listen. The reason why Dallas is in this predicament is because Luka needs help. And when I say help, I mean Kyrie. Kyrie, 15 and 12 is not going to get it done. You got to give him. I mean, when you got Luka scoring 30, I need at least 25 from Kyrie, or at least 30. He's got to match the 30 because I mean nobody else is scoring.
Give me 22 and they win the game. How about that?
Exactly,
Kyrie?
that kind of part.
Well, here's the thing is like if you go with what we talked about in Game 1, Tatum and Brown combined for 13 shots and only accounted for 28 points, and yet they still were able to.
The bench, they got good bench play on offense and defense.
Yeah, and Kristaps comes off the bench that night, and then Drew, who you do not think of as an offensive weapon, goes off. High percentage field goal. What was he, RJ, was he 11 of 14? Something like that?
He had a very efficient night last night.
Yeah, my gosh. And that guy has that championship experience.
And here's the thing that I'm noticing in watching the game as well. Boston is dictating the game.
Yeah.
When Boston decides to turn up the heat defensively, ain't nothing Dallas can do. I mean, they're up in their grill. I mean, they're switching on their picks and all that kind of stuff. They're long. They're getting after it. I mean, they're frustrating them. I mean, now Luka is. Listen, remember last week we was talking about pickup basketball and who we pick first? I'm recanting who I said I was going to pick up first in basketball, all right? Luka is the first pick. Some of the shots that Luka is making is straight playground, stepping back behind the 3 fadeaway 3-point shots. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But he need help, bro. He absolutely needs help.
Does. And he's the classic guy where you watch him do it and you say to yourself, there ain't no way he just did that.
Bro,
and
then
you
effortlessly.
let him do it again. And then you're like, there ain't no way he just did that. And he just keeps doing it to you.
Yeah. And listen, we talked about in Game 1 where that was it wasn't a good 30, all right? Because he looked like if something was wrong with him during the whole game. But he was on point. But he needs help, bro. He needs help offensively. Now, listen, both him and Kyrie, they are liabilities defensively. And they're not stopping anybody. But they got to do something to help Luka out or this game. Now, this is a clear Monday overreaction. All right, after just
they
saying
come back to
they
Dallas.
can come back to Dallas, and next thing you know, they play Wednesday, then they play again over the weekend. Next thing you know, this thing could be tied up. But Luka's gonna need some help offensively.
Yeah, there's one thing for sure is that he's missing his Robin or however you want to describe it. Kyrie is what now 0-11, something like that against his old team, and then the other part is the depth of what the Celtics have roster-wise that play both ends of the floor. They really do. All right, so we'll keep it going. Let's get back to the OTAs, some of the storylines with your Jags. They got a couple more days of practice before they wrap it up and get ready for that break before heading into the offseason and getting ready for training camp. Jari and Jones, I got to catch up with him after the practice, and we'll also hear from Josh Allen, who was there after his contract big deal was done. He has been training like he had a year ago away from the facility, but he was there today, so we'll hear from Josh Allen as well. All coming up on XL Primetime, a Mocama Beer Company Monday. Every single day you can enjoy coffee. Tuesday through Sunday, enjoy some of that delicious craft from Mocama.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
There's a new one-stop shop for all things Jags. Subscribe to the 1010XL Jaguars YouTube channel. One-on-one interviews with players, practice footage, podcasts, and more. If you're looking for the best Big Cat coverage around, look no further. 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Save $40 on select 5-gallon HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams paint, like Weather Shield, Showcase, or ceiling paint. Plus, save $10 on drywall PVA primer and get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid through 6/14. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Mia here. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on the games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide, cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sportsbook. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's promo code 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 10, 1981, Philadelphia Phillies Pete Rose ties Stan Musial's National League record of 3,630 hits.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson, where we deliver custom-designed energy savings windows and doors. Did you know our unique Fibrix material combines elegance and resilience, offering double the strength of traditional vinyl? Now through June, buy one window or patio door and receive 40% off, plus 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
If you wear contact lenses and you're between the ages of 18 and 69, the Vision Research Center is looking for participants in clinical research studies. If eligible, you'll be compensated up to $50 per hour. I've done these contact lens studies for years. The VRC staff is wonderful and they work with my busy schedule. See if you qualify. Visit their website, 188visionok.com. 188visionok.com.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts, all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Don't forget their Wildlight location. They got 2 of them up in Nassau County. Beautiful Fernandina Beach, South 8th Street, and then in Wildlight as well. And then if you're heading out, you just want to pick up some great craft, you can go to Total or ABC and just log on. Check out Mocama.com with everything that they've got to offer because they got all sorts of great craft creations. All right, so you mentioned earlier, Leon, as we're looking at these OTAs, some of the storylines with the Jaguars, just a couple days before they break for that final time before they come back and convene for training camp. So we're talking Jaguar ball. We'll look around some of the other mini camps in the National Football League coming up. But one of the texters, and you guys can text us, 641-1010, says Trayvon at the 5, Armstead at the 3, Hamilton at the 1, Josh, obviously rushing on the other side. If you do have that, we don't know how much depth is going to be there, but play with that starting 4 and then maybe play with that 8-man rotation. The potential is there.
Yeah, I mean that's an underfront. You're down in distance is probably 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, or that kind of stuff. I mean, so you'll be able to mix and match. Now, when it comes, the interesting thing will be when it comes to 3rd and long situation, who's going to be your final 4 pass rushers. And I kind of got a good indication of who it may be. You're going to take the tandem, the bookends, all right? And then you're going to mix and match Armstead probably in there. And you'll probably do Roy Robinson Harris. Or you'll probably take some, or you may do Mason Smith. So it'll be a nice little mixture, a nice little rotation. Because you got your fixtures on the outside. But you have a nice little rotation interiorly as far as who's going to go up against the guards in the pass rush.
Yeah, I just the way I look at it is you've got more bodies there, and you've got more capable bodies there, and you've got more capable big bodies there. It's kind of like layered now, whereas before it was kind of like, all right, well, I guess this guy could give you a couple 10 plays, 8, 10 plays. And this is no offense to Gotsis because I think he plays really hard when he's in there.
Yeah.
But, you've got guys now that are big dudes that can cause some havoc.
Yeah, his play chart or his play number is going to come down. Doesn't mean he still can't come up with something, but he's going to be limited with opportunity.
Well, see, I like the fact that you got Jefferson and you got Mason Smith. You got these young guys, young viable guys who are going to keep the other guys uncomfortable because they're going to play. They're going to absolutely play. So these like I would say, these lifeline Jaguars have been here for forever and ever and ever. They're going to have to work hard to get a roster spot because the intentions of the Jaguars are, listen, we're going with young, we're going with big, and we're going with a new energy. So a lot of those guys like Ledbetter and maybe Gossett, they're going to have to fist fight to get themselves a position on the roster.
Gossett will give you a play every game now. He'll give you a play every game.
Yeah, but
he's certainly not a guy that's going to give you 20 snaps. It's just that's the reality of it. And there's nothing. I'm not trying to be critical of him, but that's the reality of it.
It's okay to be critical. You say you're gonna give us a play a game. It's 60 plays in a game.
No, I mean a big play.
A big play.
Get a big play from a game.
And I think what he's saying is he's going to be lucky if he gets 20 plays a game because of this rotation. And we still don't know who the backups are going to be behind Josh and Trayvon. That's still a little bit of a mystery.
Well, I'm like this. Don't count the plays. Make the plays count. I mean, whatever how
Say
much?
that again.
I said, don't count the plays. Make the plays count.
I like that.
So whatever you get in the game, be impactful. That's what
believe it.
Be impactful.
And the thing is that a Roy Robinson Harris has got to be looking at, I got to make sure I challenge for my playing time. I was a starter. I might be less of a starter now. The rotation may be a little different for me. Same thing for Gostis. And you start looking around. Like you said, Jeremiah Ledbetter's a nice story, but he's going to come up and down from either the practice roster or whatever. He's not going to be. They relied on guys like that far too much down the stretch because of injuries, because you really didn't have Devon for the entire year, and so you were really leaning on other guys. Remember, I'd get all fired up for Angelo Blackson and some of these other guys. Look, as much as I loved Angelo.
You loved Angelo Blackson.
Yeah.
He was your guy, man.
Yeah, it's like we need to be as far away from that as we possibly can. Yeah. Duval needs to be as far away from that. If Angelo is anywhere near this roster, you might be in trouble. Okay, but that's where they were, and they had to have him. And like I said, he made some contributions.
But it's, I mean, interiorly, I think it's a very good sign. But as far as the edge, as far as even no matter what you're running, even or not front,
right?
I mean, it's Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen and a whole lot of questions. Now, Travis Gibson's a guy that got 8 sacks last year with the Bears. Is that right?
Yeah, Travis is a Bear and a Titan. So, and Travis is definitely.
So he had like 8. Was that what he had last year? 8?
I want to say.
I think he said 7. Yeah, 7 or 8, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Okay, so that if you get that from them, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
But after him, what do you got out there? Yeah. Hopefully, Devin Lloyd could be one of those guys.
Right. That's what I'm looking at. He told us when he was here that that's going to be one of the things he's going to do. They're going to move him around, get him on the edge, and create a little havoc back there. Well, I kind of feel like it's not necessarily an exact same defensive call with the rotation, because if it is let's just say Devin Lloyd's coming up, or let's just say Yasir Abdullah is coming up, it's a different call on the defensive side, Leon, because Yasir Abdullah is not overpowering a tackle or anything like that. No. But at the same time, you can formation him in a situation where he can.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring him out, I mean, you can't line him up in a 5.
No.
He's got to be a 7 or a 9.
Right.
All right, and
which is what it looks like.
Yeah,
now,
he'll have to be in the 7 and 9, or he might be in a situation where they're running stunts and blitzes and that kind of stuff, because you got big bodies interiorly that can push and you can run twists and games like that. So, but yeah, he's not a 5 technique, whatever. He'll get swallowed
absolutely
up.
not.
I wish I did see him out there as a 5 when I played.
Yeah,
I'm gonna swallow him up.
But Travis can be that guy.
Yeah,
he definitely can be the 5. But the point is that you have Devin Lloyd, you have Chad Muma, you have Yasir, you have these guys that are being asked to come off the edge and do some things from a rush position. That's
Travis Gibson's got a little heft to him too. He's 6'4", 230. What's he got over 6'4", 235?
Yeah, he's
250 even probably.
No, I bet he is 250. He's a big, good looking guy.
My only concern is that Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen shouldn't have to have the workload of getting this team sacks.
No.
They've got to be able to orchestrate more sacks interiorly, blitz, stunts, dogs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're going to have to manufacture.
They're going to have to manufacture, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's those two, and then it's just like last year. It's the same thing. It's it's your 2 main guys, and then you got to figure out how to get more. And they need to figure out how to get more from linebackers, from safeties, from corner blitzes. That's how you get to 50, you know?
You exotic it up, which is what we're all asking for. Somewhere north of 4 dozen as a team, if you can get there in the sack department, that'd be huge. RJ, play the first one from Josh Allen, and this is where he's saying he's got to be tier 1, and basically he did the presser afterwards. Like we said, he had been away from the facility, and he came back for this and talking about, basically now he's challenging other guys as to whether or not they can come up and challenge him for Defensive Player of the Year recognition on this football team. So here's his comment after the practice today.
For me, I have to be tier 1. I have to be above tier 1 because this guy's already solidified himself that they're looking at. So for me, I have to, okay, this is what y'all want? I bet. But then I'm talking to Tyson. It's the same way. I'm talking to Devin. What do you want to do? I want to win Defensive Player of the Year. Well, you're going to have to beat me. So you're going to have to work. And so, it's that. So now I know, this is what you want to do. I'm going to show you. You're going to show me. If you slacking, then you say you want. Defensive Player of the Year don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't slack. So that's the accountability we can hold in ourselves. Just to see more guys buy into that bigger aspect. Shoot to the top. You don't want to. I didn't play last year to be a Pro Bowler. I'm pissed about that. You know what I mean? So that's another fuel that I can really bank on. So,
I mean, you need that from your leader. Absolutely. Basically, he's challenging everybody on the defense side of the ball to get to the quarterback. And listen, when I was with the Steelers, they had a pot called Get Home Pot. So they would put money in the pot who could get home. And listen, we had Greg Lloyd, we had Kevin Green. Yeah, they both had Greg had like 13 sacks. Kevin Green had like 17 sacks. Levon had 5. Chad Brown had 6. Ray Seals had 8.5. Carnell Lake had 3. Rod Woodson had 4. So I'm just saying, those different that's what you want from your defense.
Yeah,
the variations of guys coming from here and that, to the point that's where the slogan Blitzburg came from.
That was the true Blitzburg.
That was a true Blitzburg.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I used to be on the sideline frightened. Because I say I'm glad. Because not frightened not to play him, but I'm saying you just gotta you're talking about Don Capers, you're talking about Marvin Lewis, and you're talking about Dick LeBeau. You know, all meshed in the office together, just orchestrating this. It was just crazy, bro.
Yeah, that honestly.
I mean, they gave
3
offenses fits because
How
guys.
do you guys lose to the Cowboys, man? Seriously.
Yeah, well, things happen.
That's some serious defensive mind power right there,
Yes.
too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one more from Josh Allen coming up here in a second, and then also Jari and Jones. So keep it going. You guys hit the text line, 641-1010. You can jump in on YouTube. All you got to do is stream on YouTube, 1010XL. You can find XL Primetime there. Jump in the chat and let us know what you're thinking about because, honestly, these players do kind of get us fired up, seeing that there might be some depth and a real step forward improvement-wise for your Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll do it in the 3 o'clock hour. It's XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
Brunell is back in the pocket. Blitz is coming now. He's going to run. He's coming to the near side. Pump fake across the 10, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Mark Brunell.
Home of the Jaguars. 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35 at statesidecup.com.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
It's time to elevate your game night. Head to Best Bet, your premier destination for poker, card games, and hospitality. With locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine, we have a seat ready for you. Whether you're a seasoned poker player or just starting out, we have you covered with poker games of all limits and easy-to-learn games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em. And it's not just poker. With delicious dining, lively bars, and big screen events, there's something for everyone at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com and ante up for fun.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. When getting pens with your company's logo on them, get nice pens. No one wants to steal a pen that doesn't work. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
Are you looking for that perfect Father's Day gift? Look no further than Shooters this Thursday through Sunday, June 13th through the 16th. Shooters and Smith & Wesson are bringing you the largest Smith & Wesson sale of the year with the largest savings of the year. Click away with a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, very affordable, just $429. Save $70. The most popular small frame defense revolver on the market, the Airweight 38 Special, for only $469. Save $70. The hottest selling concealed carry pistol, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus 9mm, for only $399. You save $150. Get unmatched value with the new Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 handgun for a low $279. Save $80. Shooters and Smith & Wesson Father's Day sale, the largest sale of the year, June 13th through the 16th at Shooters, 5085 University Boulevard West. See the full ad at shootersjacks.com. shootersjacks.com.
Wondering what you're going to do for dinner tonight? Southern Steer Butcher is a full-service butcher that offers take-and-bake side options that are oven-ready.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball presented by FIS is home this week at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. Wednesday's VyStar Good is Everywhere Wednesday, featuring Project Catholic Charities, and it's Forever Vets Dog Day. The weekend starts with Coors Light Thirsty Thursday, Pride Night, and then fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable family fun.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The summer's here, so let's talk about something sizzling. Making a Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu at Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is my coach showed me how to enjoy those foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, or flexitarian. I'm not kidding, that's the thing, flexitarian. They're all covered. The bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with lifetime coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Do what I did, Mike Dempsey and Hacker, and more than 21,000 others have. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
This is what smart jewelry buyers have been waiting all year for at Beard's Diamonds. 0% financing for 5 years, 0 down on everything in the store.
At the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
Don't buy anywhere until you shop Beard's Diamonds.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. After an exhilarating back-and-forth extra innings game against Clemson, the Florida Gators baseball team is going back to Omaha.
Michael Robertson at the plate. He can be the hero. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left field. Here comes Guy. He's going to score. That'll tie the game. Right behind him, sliding in his shell nut. Omaha for the Gators.
Sean Kelly with the call heard right here on 1010XL. The Gators outlast Clemson 11-10 in a 13-inning classic. This is the 14th trip to Omaha for the Florida baseball team and their 9th under Kevin O'Sullivan. It's 97 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Surreal, going bananas, had it, then didn't. I'm sure there were all sorts of things running through the mind of Jeff Cardozo, a former standout himself on the Gator baseball team, and he joins us now, part of the broadcast yesterday. And I listened right here on 1010XL, Jeff, and I'm telling you what, man, it was crazy, right? How do you sum up what you watched for 5 hours yesterday?
Yeah, no, Joe, I think it's a perfect word, man. I've been doing this a really long time. I've been a part of the broadcast for 20 years, and I'm not sure if I've seen something like that just from everything that the game had with the ejections and the benches coming out and obviously having a lead, losing a lead, and all this other stuff that was going on. It was nuts, man. Sean and I were completely drenched, just kind of in sweat. You could tell how intense every single pitch was and certainly what it meant. And just hard to believe that, this team that everybody counted out a month ago and nobody thought they should even get into the postseason has gotten to this point once again. So it's certainly special. And, I was listening right there is, they say 14 times now. This will be my 11th time, which is crazy.
Wow.
Getting out there. It's almost like a normal summer vacation for what Sully has been able to do.
All right, so real quick, two things, Jeff. What's the emotion of, clearly as a player when it happens, it's different. But I'm sure the emotion you guys, I was listening to you guys yesterday, the emotion was unbelievable. That's number one. And number two, I think a play that's getting way overlooked is the pickoff in the top of that inning, Jeff. If that cat doesn't get picked off first base, it's a tie game with Robertson's double.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a two-run homer, and it's a completely different deal. It's really strange. I mean, you don't really think about all the stuff that's going on because you're trying to call the game and watch it and be intense. But, I'm still a fan, and I think that's a big part of it. And, as we get into extra innings like that, Sean and I are kind of trading innings back and forth. You're wondering who's going to get what and what's going to happen. And the Gators have 3 straight chances to walk it off, and then they don't. And then all of a sudden the homers hit, and then it was really weird because you look at the way that it was coming up. Their lefty had struck out Tags and Shelton, and you're like, man, we're not going to be able to hit this dude. And then all of a sudden, Heyman gets a hit. Shelnut had struck out 3 or 4 times in the game. He gets a hit, and then I was really surprised that they actually walked Donay because he's not a guy that makes a lot of contact. And then you set it up left on left. I'm not sure if they would have done that if their manager doesn't get thrown out of the game, and then Robertson just steps up there and lines one into left. So you're wondering what's going on, and then all of a sudden it's over. It was a really weird moment, and obviously I'm sticking up my hands and I'm letting Sean do the call. He's yelling and screaming, and we're kind of hugging each other in the booth. But yeah, there was a ton of emotion, probably more than I've ever had in a game before.
We're talking with former Gator pitcher Jeff Cardozo, who now is on the broadcast, and I'm telling you, bro, you just made me remember this. You were saying that right before that hit. That RBI 2-run scoring, correct? You were saying it. The skipper's not in the dugout.
Yeah, it was, and I think that was a big part of it. And I actually even talked to some guys after the game, a part of our staff, and it was almost like a good thing that they had walked Donay. I think they liked the matchup a little bit better. Robertson's a guy of late who's been really, really good, especially doing what he did, just taking balls on the outer part of the plate, lining them over the shortstop's head. And the guy left to pitch up. Ford had made so many mistakes in that game. Certainly the 3-run homer. Neely hangs the changeup. Mick Neely ends up a 1-2 fastball right down the middle of the plate. And Clemson was able to hit.
Oh, your phone's dropping out a little bit.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm just getting through Florida driving.
Okay.
But yeah, we had made some mistakes, and finally they make a mistake, and it was really cool to see Robertson be that guy because, again, that's a guy that actually lost his job in the middle part of the year because he couldn't hit worth a lick, and he wasn't doing anything but the strong defense always kept him in there. Jalen never took that spot away from him, so big reporting was actually the dude to make that happen.
All right, we're losing you a little bit, so I don't know if we'll be able to keep you, but you hopefully when are you heading out to Omaha?
Yeah, we'll head out on Wednesday, so pretty quick turnaround.
All right, sounds good now.
Okay. Now, Jeff, what kind of sizable advantage does Florida have knowing that they're picking up Texas A&M in their bracket, knowing that in March that they beat them out 2 out of 3?
Yeah, I think March was a long time ago, man, but, I think there's a confidence level now just in general. I don't know if it matters who the opponent is because there's something about flipping a switch, and that's what we've seen these guys do. They had to go win 2 at Georgia just to get into the postseason, and then obviously come back in the Oklahoma State Regional and do what they did at Clemson. So I just think there's a mindset now from a bunch of guys that were there last year that due for the national championship. They've been to Omaha. They understand how to make it work, and you just have to go out and execute. And I think that's what's finally happening. You have guys at the bottom part of the order that are doing something. I mean, Dale Thomas couldn't hit a lick. Donay was striking out every at-bat, and Robertson was basically an out, but now that lineup is really lengthened. So and you can't just walk tags anymore because now you've got a guy in Ashton Wilson that's doing something, which is just a crazy story. So you've got to get help from random dudes that haven't contributed all year, and it's kind of a neat story to see that finally happening and the guys put it together.
Jeff, this is a dangerous team right now, especially where they are at this point in the season. The entire lineup can hit long, and you've got a white-hot pitcher in Neely that can come and close it down. They're a dangerous team at this point, are they not?
Yeah, and Neely's finally turned into that, kind of a mean SOB that you need to be as a closer. It's been fun to watch, and it was weird throughout the year because I think he felt that he wanted to start again, but the better role for him would have been to be in the bullpen. So I don't know if he was just hopping a little.
We're losing you again just a little bit.
Guys.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. We're missing him. All right, listen, bro, we will try and catch you when you get out there. We know you're traveling, but we really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, no problem at all. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep, sure thing.
All right, that's
so
awesome.
I wanted Leon to ask Jeff this question because Leon got a little shiver when I told him this. It's possible. It's quite possible that Florida and Florida State could play in the National Championship Series.
Yeah,
what you say?
Can't have that.
Like, what would you do at that point?
Huh?
What would you do at that point?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I might combustibly just catch a flame.
You might do Aaron Rodgers going to dark
blow
room.
up in the
Exactly.
flame.
Exactly. I don't know what that.
I know the one thing I did want to ask
That'd
Cardozo
be
because
combustible.
Jeff said that it's become a regular thing because he said he thinks he's made it to 11 of the 14 trips to Omaha, that he feels like it's a summer vacation. Can we get him next to Shane in the booth for football, and then he can get used to maybe getting them to that big destination at the end of the season? Cardozo does do the pre and post.
Yeah, they could use any kind of juju they could get, believe me.
Anything. You do hear him on the Football Network, but not in the booth during the game, so we may have to work on that. But the bottom line is, just to sum this part of it up, is that, Matt, back to your point, a red-hot team right now,
They're dangerous,
and what
man.
Brandon Neely was able to do, because we're going back now 2 games. He threw a ton of pitches yesterday, but the day before, he needed to deal and make sure that he kept them in a position to win that game, and he was so big.
I think he threw a total of like 130 pitches over the 2
130
days.
plus, yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous how good he was. And I love the fact that Sully just left him in. He gave up the bomb, left him in.
Yeah.
Just all right. This is my guy. This is where it's ride or die right now.
Yeah. And he was a confident pitcher.
Yeah, and it was impressive that the offense kept picking him up, and they kept finding a way to get back into it, which is good.
All right, hit the bracket real quick because we mentioned the possibility of FSU and Florida that they could meet up. They're on opposite sides of the bracket. And Florida State, like you said.
Florida State gets Tennessee in the first game. They're going sides of the bracket. The left side of the bracket is Tennessee and Florida State, and then Virginia plays North Carolina.
So real quick, before we get past Tennessee, Florida State, do I root for the son-in-law's team or do I root for the other team to win? I don't know what to do there. That's tough. Hey, Gator fan, who are you rooting for in that one? Rocky Top or Golden Chief?
So what's interesting is Link Jarrett, who of course is the FSU coach. A couple years ago he was at Notre Dame, and they went into Knoxville and beat Tennessee in that super regional when Tennessee was the 1 seed. So this is kind of in a roundabout sort of way, a payback kind of game for Tennessee. So Tennessee and Florida State in one game, Virginia and North Carolina in the other game in the left side of the bracket. The right side of the bracket has Kentucky playing either North Carolina State or Georgia. We'll find out who wins that game. I believe it starts here, either has started or it's getting ready to start. And then the bottom part of that bracket is Florida and Texas A&M.
I got Tennessee
and again,
fans.
you got to win brackets. You got to win each side of your bracket, then you advance to the championship series, and it's double elimination.
Yeah, I got Tennessee fans coming in. They want me to root for Rocky Top. I don't know. Like I said, the son-in-law, I usually root for him to either move up in the power rankings when his team loses. I don't know if I could root for Florida.
So Florida is the only non-seeded team in the College World Series.
Yeah.
Everyone else is among the top 16 seeds. Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing is when Cardozo was there, when he was a player, they would reseed them once they got to the championship round. Now they just do it just like the basketball bracket, where everything just feeds in and you just follow the bracket.
By the way, Cardozo, one of the great battle moments in Gator baseball pitching history, just battled through.
He was fun to
His
watch.
shoulder may have been fully dislocated, and he was still slinging. So anyway, tough cat, that's for sure. All right, so the story's great because if you get out to Omaha, it's kind of like getting to the Final Four in basketball. It's kind of like getting to, I guess you maybe describe it as a New Year's Day 6 or something like that. Maybe now we could describe it as getting to the college football playoff. You might be able to do it like that because getting to the college football playoff with now 12 teams in football, 4 in basketball, 8 in baseball, that's kind of the culmination of all that hard work that you put in that particular.
So here's how rare Florida's run is, okay? Everyone else in the championship series, including whoever wins, NC State has 20. Other than NC State, they have no more than 15 losses. Florida has 28.
They are.
Now, NC State has 20, and if NC State wins, it'll be similar to Florida. But they were still ranked in the top 16. They were a top 16 seed. NC State was.
This is the team that everyone's ripping. How the hell did they get in? Is basically what it is. But that's the beautiful thing about it is you get the opportunity, and how do you win it? You win it on the field, as opposed to a vote.
So they had to win. I mean, so they had to win the SEC.
No. Once they got into the NCAA region.
They lost first game of the SEC tournament, lost to Vandy.
They lost to Vandy.
Yeah, people thought they might be out, but the weekend before they played Georgia, who's a top 5 seed at that point, and they beat them 2 out of 3 on the road, and that's basically what got them into the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, we're playing for a spring sports championship.
Yes,
okay, that's what
for you.
Florida does.
Very important.
Okay, so much so that I'm doing PGA Tour Live yesterday. I see Billy Kratzer. He didn't even know Georgia was in the Super Regional. I'm like, Kratz, did you see what Florida did? Did you see how NC State smoked them, right? And then they came back in the second game. Yeah. And I'm like, you're not even paying attention. He's like, baseball?
Look, for Gator fans out there, if you really want to do something to soothe what has happened in football over the last few years, you conceivably could win your side of the bracket in the College World Series by beating Georgia, and then win the College World Series by beating Florida State.
That's that would be some rare air.
That would be pretty good.
That make you feel a little better. A little.
But go back to that question you always ask: would you trade that?
Exactly. Would you trade that for a playoff appearance?
Ask Spring Sports Championship.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the spring right now, man, because the fall has not been so good to the Florida Gators. Baseball, as Jose Jimenez used to say, has been very good to me. So that's basically what's happening right now. All right, Jarian Jones, speaking of FSU, defensive back for the Florida State Seminoles, and one of the big guys that helped build that championship run they had a season ago. He talks about Florida State and his time so far in Duval. So we've got that conversation with him coming up on XL Primetime on Mocama Beer Company Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and RJ, and you.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. You know what we're talking about. You played the game.
I think he's zigged when you shoot his ag on that thing.
1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Nimnick Chevrolet is Northeast Florida's Silverado truck headquarters. Frank Frangie here. With new shipments arriving daily, Nimnick Chevrolet has the best selection of Silverado trucks on the ground in town. Nimnick Chevrolet is conveniently located on the corner of Park and Cassett Avenue or online at nimnickchevy.com. Nimnick Chevrolet is family-owned and operated. No one cares more about their customers before and after the sale. That's Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
Frank Frangie here. Bono's Pit Barbecue is celebrating 75 years of serving up legendary barbecue on the First Coast. And right now, get to Bono's for the new loaded barbecue tater tots. That's smoked pulled pork on top of tater tots with melted cheddar cheese sauce. You won't find this anywhere else. 18 Bono's around town. There's always one nearby, and you can see all the locations at bonosbarbecue.com. Remember, the Bono's Barbecue Tater Tots right now at Bono's. And if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Cataracts are the leading cause of vision loss in the United States and blindness worldwide. Hicken here for Bowden Eye & Associates. June is Cataract Awareness Month. Cataracts are a condition that causes the eye's lens to become cloudy, which can block or change the way light passes through the eye. Bowden Eye is here to take care of you or someone you know who are experiencing faded colors, intensified brightness to light, or poor night vision. Call or visit BowdenEye.com to schedule your consultation. Bowden Eye & Associates. They're keeping the First Coast focused.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and you know you've heard this before. Why is it so hot in this house? Well, summer's already here on the First Coast, and those soaring temperatures can do a number on our ACs. This is where the good folks at Fenwick Home Services have you covered. Fenwick offers same-day, 24/7 service, and if you need a new AC because yours is on its last leg or already broken, Fenwick has next-day installation. That's right, next day, and can keep your family cool and comfortable all year long. Book online now at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com, and stay cool and comfortable all year long.
Sometimes the most important position in sports needs a translator.
I'm Denny Thompson, and they call me the quarterback whisperer.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Mia here. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on the games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide, cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sportsbook. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's promo code 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.
June is Men's Health Month, so I just got a total body MRI scan. It was really simple, quite comfortable, and it only took about an hour. Total body MRI scans for abnormalities that may need attention soon. Be proactive with your health this month. Call Ackerman Cancer Center to learn more about total body MRI.
Celebrate Father's Day this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Introducing the TaylorMade QI10 Max driver and irons. Score up to $400 in gift cards when purchasing TaylorMade products. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. Now $50 off. Shop with us this Father's Day in store or online. Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
A good cold Pilsner, stout, IPA, fruited, sour. I can go on and on. They have them all in those barrels, just fermenting at the perfect time, putting it in that keg and pouring it out for you. Check out Mocama.com with all their great craft creations, that's for sure. Now, are the Jags going to be able to create more pressure on the defensive side? Josh Allen, and I think we've talked to a number of these guys that are sounding more and more like leaders. Devin Lloyd sounds more like a leader. Josh Allen definitely sounds more like a leader. So before we get to Jarian Jones, listen to this soundbite, and he's basically saying that not only does he got to be tier 1, but he's excited about what the potential of this football team, particularly on that side of the ball, that he sees right now.
I'm excited about this year. I think it's going to be a great year. We got a great team. I'm glad, like, the vets not here, so the young guys know, oh, dang, they was that good. I wasn't here. So now when I add that extra piece, now, okay, we about to be humming. And I'm going to push everybody. And I want everybody to push me. Can't wait to work with Trey. I got to get on with every day with Trey. Like, that's mandatory. I'm already talking crap to the guys now that, you know, sorry, y'all can't beat me. You know, y'all got to work on that. But I'm also pushing them, like, come out here early, let's get some work in. That's it. All right, and say one word to them, but come on, we're gonna get some pre-work. We already, you know, changed the schedule up for me a little bit. So for me, it's like, how can I get that extra work? If I'm gonna do it, y'all doing it with me.
Yeah, I like what I'm hearing. Yeah, absolutely, I like what I'm hearing. I mean, he's basically saying that I'm holding guys accountable. Not only am I holding guys accountable, I'm holding myself accountable. So it doesn't, because I always said this: if you're going to point the finger, you got to make sure you're at your best.
And now he's got that resume.
Yes, he's got the listen. He's got the resume. He's got the sacks. He's got the bag. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, all of that, you know, that. Not to say that he wasn't a leader before, but now, you know, the concern with most of the guys that once they get the bag, you know, their game slips off. So now when he says stuff like I got to get better, which means he's holding himself accountable. Now he got the money. I'm gonna show you that I'm worth every penny of it.
And I know it could just be, hey, I'm going to say what you guys want to hear or whatever, but he mentioned Trayvon Walker. He wants to push him. And those two guys, and he also comments on Eric Armstead. We'll probably play that tomorrow. But anyway, he wants to be pushed by that great player in Armstead, and he's pushing Trayvon too.
I got news for you. Trayvon might push him this year.
Yeah, which would be great.
Trayvon might be the guy that, you know,
you guys have
three quarters into the season, we look up and we're like, holy cow, this is a dude right here.
Yeah, you guys have both forecast, what'd you say, flip the script.
I think flip the script.
Yeah. One guy may end up having more than the other guy this year. And we'll see.
Yeah, well, listen, if that happens, we're the benefactors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if they're pushing each other, they're trying to beat each other, you know, they're going toe-to-toe, you know, blow for blow. I mean, the Jaguar team is the benefactor of all that. Now you've got to get all the other guys involved in it. Because, listen, I told you, Trayvon had no choice but to get better because across from him, he eating. You know, if you got one guy eating and the other guy not being productive, it's going to show. We're going to announce it. We're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So Trayvon had a lot of pressure on him to up his game, up his play, up the moves and maneuvers to get around offensive line. He had to up his game, and he did.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be, I mean, they're going to be jockeying for positions. Now you ain't got to worry about those two. Those two are going to go after each other, trying to better each other, you know, week in and week out. Now you got to get all the other guys involved. Hey, listen, I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to do that. I want y'all to be better.
Yeah. You start busting up that middle, and it becomes a much easier game, that's for sure. All right, now here's another guy that sounds hungry, sounds eager. They drafted him in the 3rd round. Some said maybe too high, but this is the type of guy I think Ryan Nielsen likes to see in his defense. Here's a conversation that I had earlier at the mandatory minicamp with Jarian. I'm with Jarian Jones, former Florida State standout on the defensive side, and now you're a Jacksonville Jaguar. How has it been coming to the OTAs and now minicamp?
It's been fun, really fun. You know, I'm learning a lot, being able to migrate with my new teammates, you know, build those bonds, you know, because those bonds are like what we're going to be our calling card during the season, you know. So just being able to fill out the city, meet my teammates, understand how the coaches want things done, understand the scheme, you know, it's been fun.
Now, you've turned a few heads so far in OTAs. What do you like about your game, and what have you learned about your game as far as what you need to do?
You know, just learning, you know, like in the NFL, they got a little bit different rules than college. You know, you can only touch them at a certain amount of yards, you know, so just being able to critique my technique on how I'm going to do it now in the league. But, you know, it's been fun, you know, just, you know, I have a standard for myself and upholding the standard for myself each and every day and just being me. You know, I don't come out and just try to be nobody else. I just come out and just focus on what I got to focus on, be me, and the rest is going to take care of itself. So, you know, just upholding the standard for myself and then believing in me.
Ryan Nielsen, the defensive coordinator. He's been charged with coming in and making sure this is a better unit defensively and particularly on the back half. What has he taught you so far?
Just believe in you, be aggressive, attack everything, trust your instincts, because, you go through the process all week of learning and understanding how offense try to attack you. So when it's time and it's that moment, believe that you put in the work for it. So he just building that mentality to play leaning forward as in we are the puncher, like we are the one coming to get you, so just us as a team embodying that and believing in what he's instilling in us.
All right, I'll give you an example. We're talking with Jarian Jones, former FSU defensive back. You're going in coverage today against Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas makes an in cut, and what do I hear from Jarian? Damn! So that's the kind of competition that you want, right?
Yeah, that's great competition. BT, I had some battles with him in college, so we've seen each other before, we're great players. I believe I'm a great player, and I believe he's a great player too. So, he's going to make his plays, and I'm also going to make mine. So he made a play on me, and it was one of those, good one. That was a good one. So just coming back, battling the game, coming back, and we're just having those battles, those friendly competition, me against him, him against me, and not just like us trying to just, pound each other, just making sure we both get our work. So just going up against him and actually all of the great players. I've had some battles with Christian Kirk and just our entire receiver corps. So those battles are fun. But, just competition, man. It breeds the best out of everybody.
All right, so your days in Tallahassee, Adam Fuller, your defensive coordinator, basically said you grew up in front of his eyes, that you became a leader, you played inside. First off, just touch on Adam Fuller and his influence on you.
He had a big influence on me, because coming into college, I had a plan. You come into college with a plan. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to be done. I started games at Mississippi State my freshman year, so my whole plan was I'm coming in 3, done. I'm going to be done. But, I was a bit of a perfectionist. I was a super perfectionist, and he just had to instill in me that everything is not going to be perfect, but just attack every day with great intent, bring your energy, your attitude, and the rest is going to take care of itself. So just he helped me understand that, along with Coach Pat Surtain. Coach Pat Surtain was a big help for me, and then Coach Norvell. Those guys were, instrumental in my development, so that was big for me.
I'm going to come back to FSU before we're done, but when you think about you playing the nickel position and then obviously being looked at as either an inside or an outside guy, where do you think you are best suited for the NFL?
I think I'm a football player. I don't want to be looked at as a nickel. I don't want to be looked at as a corner. I want to be looked at, he is a piece that has to be on the field no matter where he is. Obviously, I love playing nickel because I think it fits my personality, me being around the ball, the energetic guy that gets to move around and make plays doing everything. But also, I think corner fits me because I am fluid. I make plays on the ball. That's what I do. So, I don't really think of myself as either of the positions. I just think of myself as a football player, and he makes plays. That's what I want to be known as.
All right, let's finish with FSU, and let me ask you about first the Jordan Travis injury. You guys were gliding along. You were running at a perfect season and a championship run. How devastating as a teammate was that for Jordan Travis and that injury?
No, not even as a teammate, as a brother. I know what he's went through. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows, and just to see him in that moment. And he had his head high through the entire moment. He didn't look low, he didn't get in his feelings about it or nothing. He attacked it, and he just made the best with his situations. Just seeing him do that, that left us in a better spirit to be able to continue on with the season. He was there, he was in the building. I don't know if people knew this, but he held off on his surgery a little bit just so he could be there with us. So, when you look at a leader, there's no such thing. It doesn't get better than that. So that was instrumental. So as a brother, that hurted me to see him like that, but just to see his mindset, it meant the world to me.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for the way he carried himself throughout that whole thing. Second part of how pissed were you when you were left out of the college football playoff?
That was probably one of the most heartbreaking moments I've ever experienced in my life, because that was one of those moments where from that January when we came back from playing Oklahoma all the way up to that moment, we've put the work in, and you can't pinpoint anything during the season, but that's why they didn't get in, because the name of the game is to win, and we won against anybody that was put in front of us, So, it was one of those moments where it was what else could we have done, So it was, I don't really, it hurt me bad, but I always think about it like this, we put that in the hands of, some guys watching the game in a hotel room to decide who's going to be in the playoffs, what are we doing? Did they even play football? That don't even make sense. So, it was just one of those situations, just control you control.
All right, you got a little bit of a break. What are you going to do? Have you enjoyed Duval to this point?
Yeah, I've enjoyed Duval. Like, I love Duval. They really embraced me and everything that I'm about, but I won't be here for the break. I'm going to go back and train at my facility. I train for the combine and just get ready for camp, come back the best me.
All right, Jarian, congratulations, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Go. Duval, let's do it.
I like the personality. I like the fact that he's a guy, Matt, that blossomed under Fuller up there in Tallahassee. And like I said earlier, people have said third round, maybe a little too high. This guy fits at least the profile of a defender that Nielsen's looking for.
I like the Ryan Nielsen, the credo. You're the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the nail. That's basically what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to start being the hammer.
Mm-hmm. And listen, the kid's got a good head on his shoulder already. You want that from a rookie. He understands that you got to compete every day. No matter where you are, drafted first round, second round, you got to compete every day. And you're not competing against anybody other than yourself. It's all about you getting better each and every day. All right? There is no in between. You either get better or you're getting worse. And I think he has the right perspective on how he's going to approach his professional career. He said, I'm going to get better. I'm going to be hard on myself. And the best thing, I listen, you asked him, hey, you going to play nickel? He said, listen, I'm a football player. I mean, I'm not a position player. I don't play nickel. I don't play corner. I'm a football player. I'm out there to make plays. And listen, that's the most profound thing a rookie could say in his position is that I'm a playmaker.
Yeah.
And that's what you're looking for.
Operate on the field wherever they put you, which is great. All right, let's wrap our show up. Get ready for the Friends Show. Big Searcy was part of a camp over the weekend that we will touch on as far as future stars. We just mentioned Jarian, so we'll touch on that coming up in a second, and then get back to a couple of items with the College World Series, the Gators, and a lot of SEC and ACC talent woven through that College World Series Final 8. So we'll get into that before we are done. It is XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Keep your quarter panel clean with 1010XL.
Missed it by that much. Wow.
Sunday at Iowa Speedway. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on Jacksonville's NASCAR station 1010XL.
Roland Reese Plumbing, one of the great stories for me because I needed them and they were there. And that's how simple it is. A plumber, you call him when you got a leak and you can't wait a week. Roland Reese came through. My water heater was just on bust and it was leaking out. And he said, don't worry about it. We've got what it's going to take to get there stat. They were in there within a day's time, replaced a big old water heater, made sure I had warm water. I wasn't taking any cold showers. They can do it for you as well. 24/7 emergency service available where quality and experience count. Remember, log on plumbingjacksonville.com and check out Roland Reach Plumbing.
This is Hayes Carlion for QC Kinetics. Are you not able to enjoy this summer as much as you want because of joint pain? Well, give my friends at QC Kinetics a call at 904-274-5522 for a free consultation. They're serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move again, pain-free. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. Stop putting it off. Take action now and live your best life again. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation, 904-274-5522 in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. That is QC Kinetics.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy Subs and Sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Are you looking for that perfect Father's Day gift? Look no further than Shooters this Thursday through Sunday, June 13th through the 16th. Shooters and Smith & Wesson are bringing you the largest Smith & Wesson sale of the year with the largest savings of the year. Click away with a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, very affordable, just $429. Save $70. The most popular small frame defense revolver on the market, the Airweight 38 Special, for only $469. Save $70. The hottest selling concealed carry pistol, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus 9mm, for only $399. You save $150. Get unmatched value with the new Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 handgun for a low $279. Save $80. Shooters and Smith & Wesson Father's Day sale, the largest sale of the year, June 13th through the 16th at Shooters, 5085 University Boulevard West. See the full ad at shootersjacks.com. ShootersJacks.com.
Homeowners and investors, the choice of title company is yours. When making that decision, choose the team of St. John's Title, LLC. As board-certified expert attorney-owned firm with decades of experience, we provide the utmost in precision and professionalism. Conveniently located offices and in-home remote closing options, we serve your needs. Whether refinancing or selling your property, our customer-first approach is tailor-made to your timeline. With a seasoned team of experts and 5-star testimonials from customers across the First Coast, visit stjohnstitle.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 10, 1981, Philadelphia Phillies Pete Rose ties Stan Musial's National League record of 3,630 hits.
Sports fans, JJ LaSalva here. When I need to send my bride flowers or a plant for birthdays or anniversaries, I always go with Hume Flowers. After all, they've been the leading florist in these parts for over 75 years. You can always rely on Hume Flowers.
Hacker here, and I just got back from a cruise to the Caribbean, and it was incredible. I actually saw a few folks from Jacksonville who recognized me, and did they want to talk sports? Nope. They complimented my weight and how I look so different after dropping 65 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss. I even had strangers that overheard some of those conversations that started asking me about Awaken 180. I took some fantastic pictures with my family that I would have otherwise avoided because of my weight. If you're overweight, you know what I mean. I knew I was going to go off the program for a bit because, hey, I deserved it. But my Awaken 180 coach had my back. She showed me how to take a break for 9 days and not put all the weight back on. It was easy. I ate all sorts of food, but the difference? I didn't keep going back for seconds and thirds. My body didn't need it. The kicker? I didn't gain a single pound because my metabolism is on fire. If you want a program that works and coaches that understand, do what we all did and go to Awaken180weightloss.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
You can always count on it. Look for their Wild Light location up in Nassau County, along with their beautiful tap room on South 8th Street in Fernandina, or on the shelves at Total or ABC. All right, Big Sirs, you had camp calling.
Yeah, I had camp.
Weekend.
Yeah, I had camp over the weekend at Duval Chado of Bay Meadows. It was the NFLPA Youth Combine Camp. All right, we had about 100 kids, and we had like stations set up. All right, so we had one station where you ran the 40, another station where you broad jump, did the L drill, and then you did the short shuttle. And then after they did all the stations, you rotated the kids. The kids were like between 5 and 14. All right, and then we had instructional stations where me and the Mangler, we did the O-line drill. You know them kids. None of them kids wouldn't be O-linemen, all right? So, but we still had to show them the specifics of being an offensive lineman, getting in their stance, coming off the ball, right foot lead, left foot lead, the bag drill, and all that kind of stuff. So we had a good time. Now, it was hot. It was hot. The big fella, I swear, a couple of LBs. I ain't gonna lie. It was hot, bro. We were out there from 8 o'clock in the morning to like 11:30. Yeah, bro. It was hot.
Okay, that is.
But we had a good time, though.
That's good.
The kids had a good time. You know, we took pictures, we signed autograph balls for them and everything like that. So they got goodie bags and they got signed footballs when they left.
Well, I like the fact that this is the classic kind of just keeping the belief, the love, the dream alive for the youngsters. Okay, it's generation to generation is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Beasley was out there, the Mangler was out there, Coach Ingram was out there, whatever. So, and we were out there looking for talent too now and then.
Why wouldn't you?
You have Duval Charter.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come up and say they want to play.
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Hey, listen, we was
You
out
have
there.
to give him an NIL deal because now it's
We was
legal
out there
for high
recruiting
schoolers.
too. We were recruiting. No shame in our game.
All right, real quick before we go, let's do the 10-10 take, RJ, because we're going to bring it back to the College World Series. Maddie, I want you to take a look at the ACC and the SEC, but let's do the 10-10 take first.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
So one thing I'm sad about, the other thing I'm scared of, because I like to call Florida the now capital of spring sports. Here comes Kentucky. The Kentucky flipping Wildcats. They already beat Florida on the football field, and now they may be doing it on the diamond as well. First time in program history that they have made it to Omaha for the College World Series, and they killed the Pac-12 in doing so. That's the
official last time the Pac-12 played as a conference.
That is the last game. Oregon State was the last bastion of hope for the Pac-12 as we currently know it, and Kentucky did them in, washed them down with a shot of bourbon, and the Pac-12 is no more. Sad for that, scared of that. That is the 10-10 take, thanks to Sonny's. Don't forget, you got hunger pangs. You're scared of what you might be coming home to dinner-wise. Just roll through Sonny's and pick up some delicious barbecue.
I'll give you some sad and scared. You want sad and scared?
Yeah.
The conundrum that Leon gave us during the break.
What's that?
The conundrum you gave us, the little, the fire's burning, the house is burning, and
that is a full show conundrum.
That is a conundrum, right? And I was a little shocked about some of the answers that were given to me. But I mean, because I gave you a 4-pronged scenario. All right, house is on fire. All right, you got your wife, your mother-in-law, a dog, and $20 million. What two are you taking out the house?
You can only take
two.
two.
You only take two. That's
and I
it.
said, I'll take the dog
Take
and
the
let
dog.
the other two
No,
fight it
you
out.
can't do that.
If they
See,
can grab the $20 million on the way out,
Then
great.
guess what? You're going to lose the $20 million.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
you're gonna do.
What you should have said is I'll take my wife and the dog. But the money doesn't matter. But you greedy jokers.
I didn't say anything about money. I just said dog.
Okay,
Dog.
all right. I'm just saying. I just wanted to see, put y'all in the scenario. What would you?
Yeah,
what would
TLD,
you
the
do?
lovely Diane, is priceless to me. So
Yeah.
who needs?
Of course,
How much did you
yes.
say? 20 million.
20 million. Yeah, 20 million. Yeah.
All of a sudden, he starts hearing that 20 go,
Yeah.
It's a little bit different when it starts getting thrown in front of your face, huh?
Now, see, I asked RJ. I put a little twist on it. I asked RJ. I said, RJ. So I said, your mom, your wife, your dog, and the 20 million. He said his mom in the 20 million. And then you had a problem with that.
Yeah, I said, well,
because
you
you're a
gonna
dog
do your
lover.
dog like that?
Yeah,
man?
exactly.
The dog will never let you down.
Yeah, it never let you down.
Never be disappointed to
Loyal
see
to
you.
the
walk
end.
in the door, and that dog is in love with you every single day.
Loyal to the
Sad
end.
when you go, happy when you're home.
Absolutely.
That is what it is.
Mhm.
But there is an end to that dog's love. Okay, and let's just not forget that. Okay.
And then you get another. You go to the shelter and get another.
No. I'm just saying the other half of the normal equation in the house. Okay, you do need to figure that part of it out. That's for sure. Because you can't let go of that. All right. So SEC, ACC, well represented in the College World Series.
Yeah, I mean, if NC State wins, there'll be 4 ACC and 4 SEC. If Georgia beats NC State today, it'll be 5 SEC and 3 ACC. That's your College World Series for you.
Yeah, it really. I know we've seen a lot of good college baseball through both conferences for a number of years. This is nothing new. But when you had out of the 16 super regional teams, there were five 5 SEC and 5 ACC, and now you have a chance basically to only get clipped by one in each conference if NC State were to hang on.
Yeah, it's I mean, clearly it's the best baseball, and we're not being provincial here. The best baseball is played in the South. So I mean, you're going to get a majority of the teams typically in the College World Series from there. And again, if you're Florida, we said this earlier, there cannot be a better way for you. It's a perfectly set up. If Georgia wins, it's perfectly set up. You beat Georgia on your side of the bracket to get to Florida State on the other side of the bracket to play for it all.
Yeah, and you have Tennessee factored in there as well.
Right. If Florida State doesn't get by Tennessee, then you can also beat Tennessee to win it all.
Yeah, and so those are the dreams can come true, Gator fan. I think is what you're thinking right now.
It's the salve is what it is. For all the nightmare of football.
It's the
last
only
4 years.
salve you got right now. Because you're not going to fix anything during football season, and you can only hope that you might be able to fix it a little during spring. But that is the type of storyline going into Omaha. And then the other storyline, of course, is Jello shots. Who's going to set the record? What's the early prediction with the teams you've got? Look, Hotty Toddy is nowhere to be found. I think they had the record-breaking Jello shots.
I have not seen the early lines, but my guess would be, like, if Georgia gets in, my guess would be Georgia would probably be the odds-on favorite.
They're going to get some,
Wouldn't you think? Well, Tennessee maybe, though. Tennessee, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina, Texas A&M.
How about Kentucky, bro?
Yeah, that's true. Kentucky's true.
Yeah, but they don't go for Kentucky clear
that's true.
too
That's
often.
bourbon.
They don't want that. They don't want that
That's
Jello crap.
They don't want
It's
that
just
stuff.
bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right.
All right. On that note, RJ, let's hit it.
Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
My takeaway is 28 losses for that Florida baseball team. 28 losses. And that's the beauty of the tournament postseason. If you get in, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Really, when you think about it, anything goes in the postseason.
Well, my takeaway is that we're hearing a lot from the Jaguar players as far as accountability, leadership, all those kind of. They're saying all the right things right now during their offseason. Let's hopefully that has some carryover when the season comes about. Well, if they get themselves in a jam, I want to see them be able to collectively pull themselves out.
My takeaway is we didn't talk a lot about golf. We had it in the weekend rewind with Scotty Scheffler winning for the 5th time this season. And he ain't Tiger. I think we all know that. But he and Tiger Woods are the only two that have held the Players' Championship trophy, the green jacket, and won at Jack's tournament in the same year. That's pretty dang special. And since I'll give you this answer now instead of making it a Corona call it later because I know you guys won't get it, the last guy to win 5 times at this point of the year before the end of June, any guesses?
Tiger.
Nick Faldo.
Nope. Those are good guesses, but we got to go all the way back to Tom Watson.
Wow.
So Scotty Scheffler winning 5 before the end of June is pretty dang impressive. That's for sure. All right, we are done. We got the French Show coming up. We say thanks to Mocama Beer Company. Log on, mocama.com, and you'll be able to see all that great craft. Head into Total, ABC, wherever you might be. If you're out and about, order up an ice-cold Mocama. Find them in Fernandina and in Wildlight. Mocama Beer Company. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, RJ, we will be back out at mandatory minicamp for the Jaguars tomorrow. Hope you guys will hang out with us at 2 o'clock then.